Welcome everyone. My name is Ryan Biller. I'm the high school principal. I have the esteemed pleasure to be the high school principal of these outstanding students. A little clap here for our high school band there, providing us with that experience. Thank you, Mrs. Wiggins, and also Mr. Nelson. Transitioning a few more students in here from the back. We're going to be starting here. I want to welcome everybody today to our Veterans Day Assembly. And more specifically, those veterans who are in attendance today, we thank you. We thank you and we want to recognize you. If you are a former military veteran, if you would stand right now so we can recognize you, we would love to do that. Thank you each for your service. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend with us, our students, and be a part of our day today and celebrating our veterans and thanking you all for your service. Our plan today is to have a kind of multifaceted program for you. It'll be fairly short, but we have some musical areas as well as a guest speaker today. We're going to start our program today with a presentation of the flags with Ms. Bode and also Hayden Youngs.
We invite you to stand with us as we say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The band would like to acknowledge all of our amazing veterans from every branch of service. We are honored to be protected by service members of the Marines, U.S. Army, Coast Guard, Air Force, Navy, and Space Force. As we play our next piece, Marches of the Armed Forces, veterans are welcome to stand when the band plays your respective branch's song.
Jim Bosher was born and raised in the McBain area on his family farm along Stony Corners Road. He attended McBain Rural Agricultural School and graduated in 1974. In 1975, Jim enlisted in the United States Navy. He was stationed in Charleston, South Carolina, and Holy Loch, Scotland, aboard the USS Nathan Hale, a ballistic missile submarine. He served 5 deployments in 4 years of service. Upon discharge in 1978, Jim returned to the McBain area and started a career at the Missaukee County Sheriff's Office. He started out as a corrections officer, a road patrol deputy, and then successfully ran for sheriff in 1993. Jim was then elected as sheriff for 7 consecutive terms. In the late 1980s, Jim also spent 3 years of undercover narcotics detective work for the Traverse Narcotics team. Jim retired in 2019 with 41 years of service at the Sheriff's Office, with 26 of those years as the elected Sheriff of Missaukee County. Please welcome our guest speaker today, Mr. Jim Bosher.
Good afternoon. It's been a real honor to be asked to come and speak to a group. It's great to see such a large turnout that we have for this, and especially like to thank all of the veterans for your service and your sacrifice that you have. I'll try and stick to the 3 rules of public speaking. Be brief, be sincere, and be seated. So today, we're here to celebrate, remember, honor, and commemorate all veterans, whether living or deceased, whether young or old, who in every war or during peacetime since this country began have been giving testimony to their loyalty. For those of us here today that do not know the history behind Veterans Day, I'd like to explain the reasons for this remembrance. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, an armistice between Germany and the Allied nations came into effect. In 1919, President Wilson proclaimed that the day should be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service and with gratitude for the victory. In 1926, the United States Congress officially recognized the end of World War I and declared that the anniversary of the armistice should be commemorated with prayer and thanksgiving. An act was approved on May 13, 1938, which made November 11th in each year a legal holiday known as Armistice Day. The day was originally intended to honor veterans of World War I, but with the later conflicts in Korea and World War I, it was decided in 1954 at the urging of Veterans Services to call this holiday Veterans Day in honor of all veterans. And now here we are on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of the year in 2022. At Arlington National Cemetery today, at the same time every year, they have a moment of silence. The veterans that we honor and remember today that helped shape our country in trying times are the same people that are still making our country great. These veterans are the citizens that make things happen in our community to make our communities a better place to live. They're involved with organizations like the American Legion, Missaukee County Veterans Affair here locally. These same people, these same veterans, they're on city councils, county commissions, chambers of commerce, church groups, and every other group that is working for the greater good of our communities. Currently, we still have our military assisting in conflicts around the world. Locally, we have young men and women in uniform from Missaukee County in these areas, fighting for the world peace and the freedom. In the Bible, in the book of Revelation, it says that there will be wars and there'll be rumors of wars. It's only a matter of time when the inhumanity of man to men will bring about yet another war. There will come a day in the future when you have children, grandchildren of your own, and they too may become veterans. Although our prayers ask for peace, the lessons of history teach us that freedom is not freely earned and it must be protected from those who would conquer and oppress. I too am honored to have served my country in the military during the 1970s. I'm proud of my service, proud of my country. This has always been a special day as I remember the sacrifices that have been made by others who went before and after. So on this Veterans Day of 2022, this day of remembrance, let us pray in the name of those who have fought in this country's wars and conflict, and let us give a special prayer for our 1,156 deceased veterans that are now in the 23 Missaukee County cemeteries, and also for the veterans who may be standing amongst us today, and for those soldiers who are still representing us today and fighting for our freedom. So in closing, let me ask you this. Have you ever really looked at a veteran's face? Sometimes it is still young, like a youth, with all the hopes and dreams of youth. Sometimes it is old, older than time, older than wisdom. Sometimes it's gritty and pained as they remember the faces of those who have fallen. Sometimes it is laughing, pleasing to have a moment of peace. Most of the time, it is proud because it knows that the world is a different and a better place because of it. Look around you today at the veterans' faces that there may be here, and those that you will see outside this school. So if you can catch a glint of that pride, it may be hidden, and you may have to search for it, but you will find it in their eyes. The eyes are the windows to their soul. So on this Veterans Day, stand up straight and smile and take the time to shake a veteran's hand. Thank them for their time and their sacrifice. They defended not only their families with their service, but also perfect strangers like you and me. And also thank their families because there's, as people were away in the military and fighting in the wars and the conflicts, the families were here keeping things going on the home front. So we should also remember them. Thank you for the opportunity and wishing all veterans well. And thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Thank you, Mrs. Nevereth, Mr. Nelson, and highlighters. Thank you for that. Also, Mrs. Wiggins and band, excellent job, very, very good, as always. And just appreciate all those for today that have gone into planning today. Our tech deck help, Mr. Maley, Mr. Rodenbaugh, Mr. Engelwright. All you guys, we appreciate you, as well as others, Mrs. Short helping with the program and all those things that she does in the high school office to help. We really appreciate the time that our veterans and their community has spent with us today. I hope you enjoyed our program. It's very short, but it's very pointed. We truly appreciate you. We appreciate your service, your family sacrifice, and just enjoy so much our freedoms today because of all of you, and we thank you for that. That is our end of the program for today. Thank you for coming, the community. Our students who are in the crowd, we will be going back to 6th hour here today as we transition, okay, as we end our program. So thank you very much.